Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Gandhiji was born on October 2nd, 1869 and died on January 30th, 1948 at the age of 78. He was born and raised in a Hindu family in coastal Gujarat, western India. Gandhiji was trained in law at the Inner Temple, London. He was an Indian lawyer, anti-colonial nationalist and political ethicist. He employed nonviolent resistance to lead the successful campaign for India's independence from British rule and in turn inspire movements for civil rights and freedom across the world. Gandhi was called to the bar at age 22 in June 1891 after 2 uncertain years in India where he was unable to start a successful law practice. He moved to South Africa in 1893 to represent an Indian merchant in a lawsuit. He went on to stay for 21 years. It was in South Africa that Gandhi raised a family and first employed nonviolent resistance in a campaign for civil rights. In 1915, aged 45, he returned to India. He set about organizing peasants, farmers, and urban laborers to protest against excessive land tax and discrimination. Assuming leadership of the Indian National Congress in 1921, Gandhi led national-wide campaigns for easing poverty, expanding women's rights, building religious and ethnic amity, ending untouchability, and above all, for achieving Swaraj or self-rule. The same year, Gandhi adopted the Indian loincloth or short dhoti and in the winter a shawl, both woven with yarn hand spun on a traditional Indian spinning wheel or charkha as a mark of identification with India's rural poor. Thereafter, he lived modestly in a self-sufficient residential community, ate simple vegetarian food, and undertook long fasts as a means of self-purification and political protest. Bringing anti-colonial nationalism to the common Indians, Gandhi led them in challenging the British-imposed salt tax with a 400-kilometer Dandi Salt March in 1930, and later in calling for the British to quit India in 1942. He was imprisoned for many years, upon many occasions, in both South Africa and India. Gandhi's vision of an independent India based on religious pluralism was challenged in the early 1940s by a new Muslim nationalism, which was demanding a separate Muslim homeland carved out of India. In August 1947, Britain granted independence, but the British Indian Empire was partitioned into two dominions, a Hindu-majority India and Muslim-majority Pakistan. As many displaced Hindus, Muslims and Sikhs made their way to their new lands, religious violence broke out, especially in the Punjab and Bengal. Eschewing the official celebration of independence in Delhi, Gandhi visited the affected areas, attempting to provide solace. In the months following, he undertook several fasts unto death to stop religious violence. The last of these, undertaken on 12th January 1948 when he was 78, also had the indirect goal of pressuring India to pay out some cash assets owed to Pakistan. Some Indians thought Gandhi was too accommodating. Among them was Nathuram Godse, a Hindu nationalist, who assassinated Gandhi on 30th January 1948 by firing 3 bullets into his chest. Gandhi's birthday, 2nd October, is celebrated in India as Gandhi Jayanti, a national holiday, and worldwide as the International Day of Non-Violence. Gandhi is considered the father of the nation in India. Gandhi is famously known as Bapu and Mahatma Gandhi. He taught us to be the change we wish to see in the world. He taught us that where there is love, there is life. He followed the path of ahimsa and non-violence to make us unite. He is our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. A tribute to you and a salute to you.